What's up, guys? It's Travis here from Spartan Arms International with my best mate and colleague Eli Ramos. Before we get into this review on the Glock 19 and the CZ P10C, check out this teaser trailer of what you're going to see next week. Our first cinematic short movie from Gun Guys. I think you guys are going to love it. Check it out. Stay tuned.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible.
So, how do you test if a gun's better or not? You've got to go through certain steps and you've got to have certain goals to achieve. We chose mag changes, sight alignment, grip, instinctive shooting, and then the trigger pull. So let's start off with mag changes. What did you think?
Well, from shooting both weapons, I feel that the Glock's a bit way smoother to get your mag out compared to the CZ. I find once the mag's in, it's actually quite difficult to release the mag in terms of if you're under stress, which that's the one downside I found about the P10 as opposed to the Glock. I think the Glock still has a very good mag release.
Yeah, I think the steel mags come out faster, just due to less friction, because polymer on polymer is just known to be more friction. But other than that, I think they're both matched up. You see the videos. We're both going decent speeds on those mag changes. So overall, I think they match up and they square up when it comes to maybe the magazine release is stiff, but then the magazine has less friction, which means it comes out faster. And then on the Glock, its magazine release is nicer, but then there's more friction on the mag coming out, which means it comes out slightly slower. That's why you check, you want to maybe give it a bit of a flick, assist its weight in a direction. Sights?
Comparing the Glock to the CZ, I preferably prefer the CZ simply because from all the previous weapons I've shot, weapon systems, it's a 3-dot system, which I prefer. Even also being, if you're a beginner to advanced shooter, you can pick up the 3 dots pretty easily, allowing me to get on to target, instinctive shooting, and the precision, which was very, very nice over the Glock U sights at the back.
I have to agree with that. I've been shooting Glock for very long, so in the video, yes, I'm hitting the headshots and stuff, but for someone that's coming into shooting and just needs a basic breakdown on how to line up sights and how to shoot accurately, I definitely think the CZ is going to assist you better than the Glock. But I mean, drop 100 rounds through Glock, you're going to figure it out and you're going to be shooting like a beast. I don't think it's a in-game factor. I don't think it's the deciding factor where, because CZ you can add extra sights, Glock you can add extra sights. I don't think it's the deciding factor on which gun's better. Now to the grip. Grips are very, very different. The Glock 19 Gen 4 has finger grooves, the Glock 19 Gen 5 does not. So the Gen 5 compares better to the CZ P10C than the Gen 4 does. But this just comes up to guys that want the finger grooves or not. I think in abrasiveness, for combat to self-defense style scenario, the P10C is probably going to beat it. It's a lot more aggressive, it really digs in the hand. But then in saying that, it might be a bit uncomfortable to carry. So I think it kind of weighs up in terms of pros and cons of having a very abrasive grip. What do you think?
Look, like you say, I agree with him what he's saying in terms of the abrasiveness. This CZ is a bit abrasive, especially if if you've got sensitive hands.
Instinctive shooting. This is something that I think we take very seriously in a self-defense situation. As much as guys want to think they will, sight alignment is just not going to happen. If you're looking at speed, aggression, and in the moment, it's going to be very tough to focus on lining up those sights. So you want to make sure that your sight reference is natural as possible. So that means drawing the weapon and the gun's facing on target where you think it's facing. I think I speak for both of us when we say they were on target every single time.
Both on point.
I think the grip angles are very similar. When I hold the Glock and I hold the CZ, I reference on the target the same way. So I think we both can say instinctive shooting. There's
on point.
Yeah, there's no difference. They're pretty much exactly the same. Same feel as well. I didn't feel like one was kicking harder than the other, or that I couldn't reference one properly. So I think instinctive shooting we can just tick off straight off the bucket. But triggers is a tough one. What did you think about the triggers?
Okay, so shooting both weapons on the day, the Glock and the CZ, I do believe that the CZ's got a bit of a better trigger in terms of a shorter reset and a crisper break as opposed to the Glock. But like my colleague said, it's not something that it's an end day breaker. You can install a little disconnector to make your Glock trigger lighter.
Yeah, 100%. Overall, I think they're squared up.
Yeah.
I think now it's going to come down to a CZ versus a Glock guy type vibe. I love both weapons. I must say though, I was very surprised at the CZ. Loved it actually. And then I'm not a Glock guy, but I mean I run Glock because it's just smart to stay on the weapon that you've been trained on.
Correct.
But Joe, what do you say? You think they're squared?
Yeah, definitely squared. Definitely squared.
I think now just come down to the shop. We've got both of these guns on the range for you guys to shoot. Come on down, come experience them and make the decision for yourself.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible.